Alright, I want to say Kalalal, Yawam, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem
Awesome.
Kokodash,
Mm-hmm.
double love to the elders that rule well, Bashem Yahushai, double honors to the elders of JMS that rule well, and to the brothers
Can,
and the four corners of the earth that preaching this with truth and sincerity, trying to stay in that fervent spirit until Yahushai return.
can,
Say Shalom.
can. Shalom. Right. So just say, there's two brothers from me Dreamers Trinidad East Camp. Right. My name is Yaraba.
My name is Muratazak.
All right. Just say you go through some scriptures talking about knowing the terror of the Lord.
Gone.
Sorry, actually, we touched on this sometime before, on a street video, but we say that do a little sit down on it because understand how important knowing the terror of the Lord is. You understand? It's actually a very important thing that the Lord actually requires. And that is one of the reasons why these people out here, these two-thirds, they are how they are because they don't have a fear for the Lord. They don't
Gone.
understand they don't understand how terrible or how serious the Lord actually is. Because you'll see even the Lord even show you through the men that he was very good with. Show you through men like Moses, show you through men like Solomon, show you through men like David. All these men were close to the Lord. David was actually classed as a man after the Lord's heart. But as soon as David play stupid, the Lord used to deal with him. You understand?
Gone.
Because he's a very serious man. Just like I talk about let's like I talk about the scriptures. The scriptures say referring to Yahushua Mashiach. They say when you see me, you see the Father. And how they portray Yahushua as the scriptures portray him as a austere or a hard man, a serious man. You
Gone.
understand? And that is exactly how his father is a serious man also. And you can even see it through the different signs in history. Anytime Israel used to mess up, they would go into slavery. And even when Israel was established, anytime somebody was doing folly, it would be dealt with automatically.
Gone.
Right? I have a precept here. So there's 2 Corinthians 5, verse 11. It says, knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. And that is something that the prophets actually knew. That the Lord was a very serious man. You understand? Ezekiel, I think that Ezekiel or one of the prophets, the wife get killed. I tell them they didn't cry.
Yeah,
Yes.
right, tell me about that. Right, tell me about that. He killed,
You
most like take your
understand?
wife and he said, don't cry, don't even shed a tear.
Yes. You
You must-
understand? And actually, the scriptures show all over how serious the Lord is. He's a very serious man. When he sent Noah to go and warn the people and Noah, but not me and that, but Noah ran away. He had to sit down he had to sit down in Leviathan belly for 3 days.
Gone.
Yeah, you understand? And all these the scriptures talk about it. Say all things are written aforetime, were written for our learning. So
Learning. Mm.
by watching these things, you could be able to see how serious the Lord is, which is contrary to how it is actually portrayed him in this society. There's portray him as a feministic, kind of gilly. That's how this portray our shy as a feministic kind of gilly man who just talk
I
about sensitivity and love.
gone.
Right? Okay, just precept. It's knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto power, and I trust also are made manifest into your into your consciences. Correct. And truly, we know as prophets the penalties that befall us and the benefits if we don't do His will.
Gone.
Just like how Job did face it. If Job wasn't willing to, but he was made to turn around, but if he didn't turn around, he'd have stayed in that belly and die. You understand? Because it have penalties and benefits for doing and not doing the Lord's will.
Gone.
And that is what And that's why these people out here.
Salakia, you go on mute there, I don't know why. So what was I saying? I'm not hearing you. No volume, I'm not hearing you, I don't know why.
Yeah, man. Now?
Can.
Yeah, so like about that. I call it coming on like that. I threw off the audio. My bad.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I was saying, exactly what I was saying just now?
You were saying that it had consequences.
Can to what?
You understand? And benefits for knowing.
Can I'm actually doing the Lord's will because the Lord set up a perfect system. Just like they talk about in Ezekiel. If you wanna get off me in Ezekiel 3:17, power kosher. The Lord set up a perfect system, whereas it's just like a normal parents. You have benefits if you obey your parents, and you have penalties if you don't. You understand? It's a similar system. And as a child, a children actually supposed to fear the parents. You
Can.
understand? To know that here what's going on. If I don't do this, my father or my mother will break me in half. You understand? But this system I was talking about some time ago, this system doesn't teach you to have a fear for who you're supposed to have a fear for. This whole system backwards. Men does think that the Lord does serve them. You understand? Men does serve the women and parents does serve the children. When
Can.
every when everything's supposed to be the complete opposite.
Opposite.
Children supposed to serve the parents. Parents supposed to the wife supposed to serve the husband, and the husband supposed to serve the Lord. But everything is opposite. You understand? They don't have a fear for who they're supposed to have a fear for. There's some foolish parents that be afraid that the children wouldn't speak to them anymore. Some men go actually forsake the Lord because they're afraid that the wife will stop talking to them.
Hmm.
You understand? That is the kind
Can.
of fear that these people have out here, the misguided, the delusional. But they don't understand the true terror of the Lord and the things that the Lord could do to you if you actually disobedient to Him. Go ahead now.
Ezekiel 3 and verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
Come.
When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
So that is something the Lord telling you here what's going on. If you ain't warning them, you go in and feel it too. That is a threat. You understand? So it's a benefit if you do it, but it's also a penalty if you don't do it. And that penalty is supposed to be afraid of that. You understand? And one of the reasons why the men of the Lord is go out, and even the prophets back then, they used to go out and preach and teach and do what they're supposed to do because they understand what would happen if they do it, and they understand what would happen if they don't do it. You understand? Go ahead.
Yet, if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul.
God. And like I said, that's one of the reasons why we just come out and do this. Just now. It's a precept I'm looking for. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we just come out and do this, because we understand that the Lord is a serious man. And if you don't do according to what he tell it to do, because two-thirds of Israel, they're going to perish for what? Rebellion,
Come,
right? I'll get a, that have a precept talking about that. That is Samuel. That's not. I think that's First Samuel 15. First Samuel 15 verse. That's not. Go on, finish with the precept.
Alright, verse 20. And when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die, because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he had done shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
God.
Nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man, and the righteous sin not, and he do not sin, he shall surely live, because he is warned. Also thou hast delivered thy soul.
So all lies the process of actually prophesying for the Lord. Because we, as the scriptures talk about, working towards that penny. So you got penny on one side if you do good. It's like how we tell Cain, and it's like how we tell Cain. You say, if thou doest good, thou shalt be rewarded. But if
Can
thou but if thou doest not good, sin lieth at the door. You understand? So
uh,
it have penalties and benefits. The Lord is not just about love. I have my precept here today, the first Samuel 15, read verse from 22, right? It say, and Samuel said, had the Lord a great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices, as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Because that's how two-thirds of Israel is out here, they're disobedience. You understand? Now, men in the Lord will struggle with these things from time to time because they're in the flesh. But
can
these two-thirds out here, they're outright disobedient and rebellious. They don't even want to even try to do the Lord's will. You understand? It said, behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. It said, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
can
And, where's the penalty of a witch?
that
It's supposed to burn
be
them.
burnt? Can
And what is going to happen to two-thirds of Israel?
they
They're
going to
going to
that?
be burnt. You understand? Just like the.
Hosea here for earlier.
Go ahead.
Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children.
God. And the Lord has forgotten them. That next lesson I wanted to do some time ago about the election. Because that is the ones that would actually be obedient unto him and actually fear him. It didn't matter time in I don't remember exactly where the scripture is. With that time with Moses, when the people would hear the voice of the Lord and they get frightened. You understand? And the Lord was pleased with that. You understand? The Lord was actually pleased with that. See
Mhm.
how they had a fear for me that they would keep my commandments.
Can,
Because that would actually keep you in check in this truth. A man could be how upset if he understand that the Lord will destroy him, he will be of himself.
can,
Yeah. You can be how upset. Whatever could happen to you. That's what the scriptures say about be angry but sin ye not. You can
can,
be upset. If you know because you're vexed you're gonna do some shit, you will think 5 times first because you know the Lord is a serious man. And he don't want to hear you was vexed. Yeah. He don't want to hear that. Let's see, this Jeremiah, was that? A precept I was just looking for. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, precept man about question. Jeremiah 5,
mm-hmm.
start on 21. Baba question.
41, 21,
20. Yeah, start on 21.
can. Any wrong thing. Jeremiah 5, right?
Yeah.
Right, cool. Jeremiah 5 and 25 and 21. Hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not.
And right now, that refers to what? The two-thirds of Israel. The
Can
ones that actually can't be able to comprehend how serious a man the Lord is. I just talk to people about keeping laws and all these things, and the first thing they jump up and say is that I'm not perfect, and they're always looking for some kind of excuse to actually not have to put the effort into doing the Lord's will. Really
correct.
and truly, because they don't have that fear for the Lord. They can't be able to see how the saints does actually see it, to understand how serious the Lord really is, and the kind of things that He could do to you if it is you're disobedient unto Him. You don't have that spiritual eyes to see that. Good.
Fear ye not me, saith Jehovah. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it, and though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail, though they roar, yet can they not pass over it. But this people hath a revolting and rebellious heart, they are revolted and gone.
Yeah, son, the Lord said he voted and gone. Even reference what he say, fear ye not me. If a man asking you, hey, so you don't afraid me, boy? You understand?
Come,
And that's like sarcasm. He said, you really not afraid of me? Because the Lord is the one who has actually keep you alive. As scriptures talk about, it say the Lord kill it and the Lord make it alive. And there's none that it could deliver you out of his hands.
hmm,
That is not somebody to be afraid of.
come. The same precept say, so I want to get back the line. He said, which have placed the sand or the bound of the sea by a perpetual decree. You understand? Perpetual meaning forever, decree meaning a command,
And that is really the kind of power that the Lord have.
You understand? He just command the water not to go past the sand, and the
And
water. And water is a thing without a conscience and without a mind. So if
well,
the water
have
could obey the Most High,
it have a soul. Okay, let's talk about everything and everything on the earth have like a spiritual essence state.
can it have
Even
a spiritual essence. But what I mean to say now, boy, it not,
it not like how we have comprehension or how an animal
well,
have
yeah, that's what I
comprehension.
mean to say now.
And
You understand? Because me and you could reason, but we can't reason with water.
God,
You
yeah.
understand what I mean to say? Like, we have dominion over the water don't have dominion over us. And yet, something as what is the word, boy? Something as basic as water, don't try to revolt or rebel against the Most High. The Most High say, don't cross this bound, it a crossing that bound. You understand? Even after a tsunami, what does happen? The water does recede.
Whatever precept I'm looking for, and I'll show it right there watching me, and I'm not going to pull it up.
You could
I'm not.
paraphrase it.
Yeah, it said the fear of me is taught by the precepts of men.
Oh yes, 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 I know that.
You have it?
Yes, no. No,
Huh?
nah, that's no. I'm looking for it too. The fear of me is taught by the precepts of men.
Yeah. I don't know who is this person. That's not. Who the hell is this?
All on New Testament. All. Nah, by Akbar. And again, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You find a precept?
Nah.
Huh. Yeah, that, I don't know, but I had it just the other day. I was reading it and just saw it vanish. But what kind of thing is that? I have a precept here. So there's the Ecclesiastes 12, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. It says, fear power and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man." So even Solomon would tell you, at least this was before he started to mingle in things that didn't concern him and went off. But he would tell you even when he was right, say you're supposed to fear the Lord.
Done.
And even our scripture we talk about with David when one of his men to touch the ark and he fall down and die.
Yeah, that when they was transporting it,
God, I what the scripture say they say David was angry that day. And they say
well,
he was afraid of the Lord.
well, do get vexed now. You do get vexed.
But even though he was upset, he was still afraid because he understood how serious the Lord is. You understand?
That is why he was upset, because apparently the man who he trusts didn't understand how serious the Lord is.
For true.
I am not looking for a precept here, you know.
I will leave that precept be. After I realize, like Satan Thompson, I ain't going through that today. Today's the Sabbath. My mind's supposed to be at peace. I'll get a different precept. But there's one, I'll get one that's similar to it. He was saying something similar for it.
Oh, wait his way.
Today's Mark 7. I'll start from 6. It say, he answered and said unto them, well had Elias prophesied of you hypocrites, as it is written, this people honoreth me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me.
Mm-hmm.
Because we actually people let's talk about the love of the Lord, but they don't understand even how the love of the Lord does work. You understand? They just go by the precepts of men, the things that was actually taught. Because that's exactly what the scripture was detailing. We're talking about the fear of me is taught by the precepts of men.
Done.
Because these men out here who actually set up by Esau to lead the people astray, they don't teach the people that you're supposed to fear the Lord. And you're supposed to fear what will happen to you if you don't keep his ordinance.
Uh, they're not even teaching the commandments.
Exactly. Because they don't teach anything of purpose.
Exactly.
Correct and true that the scripture says that all things are written aforetime or written for our learning. And really and truly, if you go back and you look at all the different situations that happened to Israel, it's always because they wasn't obedient unto the Lord. And the Lord had to actually pour that indignation upon them.
Done.
If you see and hearing something like that repetitively, you're supposed to be fearful. Okay, the Lord will do that to them over and over and over. If you know will be different. If you know, he just change your mind and say, well, they don't like to say that was him in the past. That is not how the Lord is anymore. That
Yeah,
is not
like
true.
if he does change,
Can the scriptures say he changed not?
can.
He was a serious man from the beginning and he'll be a serious man till the end. You understand? The scriptures talk about not being executed speedily. So because they doesn't have to suffer fate as quickly now or as swiftly now as they used to back then, they think that the Lord on games. When really and truly they don't understand that the Lord just full of knock up over the head.
Have a precept here that
Go ahead.
there is Sirach 45 and 19. It's a, Esther, I will start from 18. It says, strangers, Sirach 45 and 18. Strangers conspired together against him and maligned him in the wilderness, even the men that were of Datan's and Abiran's side, and the congregation of Kor with fury and wrath. This the Lord saw, and it displeased him, and in his wrathful indignation would he consume. He did wonders upon them to consume them with a fiery flame.
Good. If you look at that, it have many situations where the Lord actually poured the indignation onto men because he was displeased about certain
Can,
things. You
can,
see, even with Judah's son, when you're supposed to when you're supposed to come in unto your brother wife and he pull out and the Lord kill him.
yeah,
Understand?
and kill him.
It show you how serious a man the Lord is. And you know, usually if a man do that, usually if a man do that, he will no, if he disagree, so like here. If he did disagree, he'd have his shoes loose. But that show you how wicked that man was also, because he didn't disagree, you know. He went along with it and stopped
Just to
halfway.
do it.
You understand? That show how wicked he is.
A
And the,
lukewarm spirit.
and the Lord get vexed and kill him. That show you that show you how serious the Lord is. And the Lord actually have spirits set up to fulfill these things.
Can,
Just like it show you in I'll get in Chronicles. Look what it hurts me that I'm not finding that precept and I don't know why, boy. Second Chronicles 18. Second Chronicles 18. I'll start from 18 and say, again he said, therefore hear the word of the Lord. Right? It said, I saw the Lord sitting upon his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing on his right hand and on his left. And the Lord said, who shall entice Ahab, king of Israel, that he might go up and fall at Ramat Gilead? So the Most High actually putting a hit on a man. Say, you're going on, I don't like this man, but you going on set up that man to dead, boy. You understand? You go and set up that man to dead. That what the Lord asked it. I'll put my phone on airplane mode and I'll find this person calling and they keep messing up my audio.
that precept you know read there with Ahab, that is with Micah.
Yeah, not care about that. Before airplane mode because that person keep calling and messing up my audio.
Mm,
What's it about Michael?
that precept with Ahab, that is this, what is
There's in
Micah?
Chronicles. Right. I'll read verse 19 and say, and the Lord said, who shall entice Ahab, king of Israel, that he may go up and fall at Ramat Gilead? And one spake, saying, after this manner, and
Oh,
another saying, after that manner.
Gone.
Then they came out as spirits and stood before the Lord and said,
Mhm.
I will entice him. And the Lord said unto him, Wherewith? And he said, I will go out
I'll give a
and
lion
be
tongue.
lying spirits
Gone.
in the mouth of all his prophets.
Gone.
And the Lord said, Thou shalt entice him, and thou shalt also prevail. He said, Go out and do even so. You understand? So the Lord actually put a hit on that man
Gone.
because he was displeasing to him. That'll show you how also it is to always try to please the Lord. You could be how upset you could be going through how much stuff. At the end of the day, your job is to please the Most High.
Gone. That is the whole duty of man.
Can. And how we
Fear
just do
God
these
and keep
things.
commandments.
Can. That's how we just do these things by keeping the Lord's
Understand?
commandments, by going out and feed the sheep, and by doing what is actually required of you. Because
Gone.
we know that these things have a reward to be received and a penalty if you don't do it.
Gone. And just like that scenario in them precepts, you just read out there with the spirits. You understand? If you really keep that in mind, that alright, everything, all spirits work for the Lord. That is
Can.
scripture. You understand? So if you keep in mind of that, you supposed to always remember to please the Lord by, because remember it has spirits reserved unto revenge.
Can.
You understand?
If we could go ahead
The
and get on,
sword,
get the Danny Sirac.
yeah, you understand? It has spirits reserved for them thing, and you know what them spirits come off reservation for you. You understand?
That's like I was saying about Cain. It said, Thy desire shall be to him, and he shall rule over thee. That is not something that's not something that you want for yourself.
Um,
You have it? I think it's Sirach 39 verse 28.
so Act 39,
Verse 28.
that's not Act 39 and 28. Yeah, it said there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
You understand? And them same spirits going and be released. It done starting to be released on the earth already, but it's not in full force yet. When they say don't talk about the angels that holding back the four winds.
Can,
Understand? Very soon the Lord going and release them spirits on this place. And it's going to be worse than it was ever seen at any point in time. When you look at the history of the scriptures, right? Because the scriptures say that destruction that had to come is worse than anything else you ever see. And this earth sees some bloodshed already. This earth sees some bloodshed already. And you look at the kind of things that Israel had to go through in the past. Some of them had to eat their own children.
he be let on the boots.
God. And that is show you how dread the wrath of the Lord is. The Lord rained down so much destruction on them that to eat the head of an ass and and the dung of a dove. You understand? People had to boil their own son
Hmm,
just to be satisfied with some flesh. And this time coming going to be worse than that. They're going to be like the ultimate purge.
can,
But the Lord going to actually release those spirits to destroy the people that was disobedient unto him.
can. And that's all you have to remember, that all spirits are controlled by the Most High. So as
Can
soon as you find something rubbing you the wrong way, you know you done starting to go up. You have to put yourself back in order.
they see that let's talk about trying the spirit.
Can.
That's how you guys know whether it's of power or not. Where this precept is, way. I'll show as the stream finish, I will find it. I'll show it. As the stream finish, I'll find it. See, I like to play games anyway. He's a funny guy. I'll go back into the mark. I didn't finish the mark yet. Alright. The mark is more or less a similar kind of paraphrase of it, but it's not
Mm.
the it's not the detailed one that I wanted. Son. Say say Mark 7 verse 7 is say, howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrine the commandments of men. And now we are talking about earlier. They don't teach things like the fear of the Lord. They just teach about love, love, love. I actually had like little debates with people in the past, and they will talk about love and love. Say so when they say fear, say that fear don't mean fear, no, that fear means respect. Say so when you say hate, you say that hate don't mean hate, no, that mean displeased with. I
So
say so
why
every
hate don't
real
mean hate
ah
means displeasing?
real real talk, you know. Real talk. That's what I say to her. The hate mean displeased with, the fear means respect. I say, but the love mean love, right? Loving mean nothing else but love. Everything else have a different meaning, but the love mean love. Really and truly, the scriptures talk about the like soothing words. No Jake out here who not in the right mind don't want to hear nothing about fearing the Lord to actually do what he tell you to do. They want people to tell them, hey, you just love the Lord love you, you sin, he'll forgive you, do what you want.
Have a precept on that fair there. There is Isaiah 56 and 10. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They
Aye.
cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, every one for his gain from his quarter.
Can. You see, just like how you say they all look to their own gain.
Can,
'Cause like I was saying before, you say everything backwards. Men don't focus on pleasing the Lord. Men just want the Lord to please them.
can
Everybody just
always
go ahead.
focus on his own way, for his
Can.
own gain, for his gain.
Can.
You understand? Whether it be publicity, whether it be fame, whether it be
Can.
money, whatever them consider as gain, once them could get that, then we use the scriptures to get.
Once it pleasing to them.
Can,
And you'll actually teach two-thirds of Israel about the fear of the Lord, and they'll completely deny it. Why? Because it's not suiting the comfort that they want out of it. You
can,
understand? They don't two-thirds don't want to hear about suffering or tribulation. They want to hear about so I see and this year is my year, I'm gonna be rich. That's the kind of thing that two-thirds is delighting. You understand? Vanity.
yeah, I remember them not created to get,
Can.
you understand? Because if they was created to get, they would understand this affliction now, they're supposed to be joyful for it.
Can.
For any affliction they're going through now, they're supposed to say, hey boy, Tawara, Tawara,
Can.
your affliction, your shy. For this affliction,
Jake's
knowing,
right. Section.
knowing,
Jake's want to profit and prosper 360. They want to prosper here and they
yeah,
want to prosper
they want
there.
to have the cake and eat it too.
I hate it. I'll precept for
Well,
they say they Ephesians 4:17 it said this I say therefore and testify in the Lord that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk in the vanity of their hearts. Because
can,
that how they just walk within the vanity of their hearts, only studying things that pleasing to them. Some people don't even they don't even have the they don't even difficult to understand. that how a servant supposed to be. 'Cause as a man of the Lord, you're automatically a servant. Even as a wife, you're automatically a servant. They just think when it is you become these things, it's because you is the one that being served. You understand? The women out here who asking for husbands, and when they get a husband, they think the husband's supposed to serve them. It's a men out here who wanna be men of the Lord, and they think that just means that the Lord will give them whatever they want. You understand? They don't want, they just going along with things that suit the vanity of their desires and not
Can,
the natural balance of things. They verse 18, they say, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of power to the ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their hearts. And that is why two-thirds will never get us, because of the blindness of their hearts.
can,
As
and
much yeah,
Jeremiah
can,
17:9 said, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who
can,
can know it? So
can.
your heart might be telling you this right and it wrong.
We
You
see
understand?
that is the programming of these jakes out here. Listen to your heart. Understand? That is the programming of these jakes out here. And that is all that is pushing. That is all the teachers in the society just push to actually be true to your heart, as you say, as the song just go, and not actually be true to righteousness.
Can,
There any more precepts?
nah, boy. Not any are coming to mind right now.
I will say that I didn't get a precept for that, but you know, all us be the Lord's will. Probably at some other point I'll get to bring it out. You know, but there's a few videos that talking about the fear of the Lord, because there's something, like I said, there's something that actually something actually is required of you in this truth as a man. Okay, scriptures talk about in Romans. They say how a man is under the law from the day he is born.
Yeah,
You know,
can until the
just
day he
part
die.
of sin. Can you actually belong to the Lord as a man of the Lord? You belong to the Lord until you die. You're supposed to fear the Lord and keep His commandments,
Can,
and that fear is actually what is keep you in check. You can tell how it's have a lot of times that a shop brother could testify that sometimes you might be upset about certain things. Sometimes my brother might get upset. Sometimes some tutor might get upset. But just understanding the fear of the Lord and knowing that, hey, you go jack me up for this. You understand?
exactly.
So, sometimes that alone going through your mind just make you calm down. Because you don't know, hey, the mother even try to think something like that before I get myself in trouble. Because that used to keep men in check.
Can,
And
can.
that is even how the Lord, go ahead.
No, I was answering the guy was just going to say the exact same thing you was saying. You understand? Because before you even think, nah, boy, I vex me, I go in and do the works. Nah, when you vex, that when you have to go and make sure and do the work. So when you vex, understand? You can't be emotional about it.
That will go
It's the
back to
same
it.
way. It's the same way.
It
If
says angry and sin not.
exactly the same way you would serve these heathens out here in your jobs or whatnot. You understand? Same way how to serve the most. You might wake up, yeah, go feel to go to work, but you're going to be there and you're
Can
going to be on time and you're going to do your job. That's all.
and it's a man could show that kind of dedication towards his soul, but towards the Lord, problems.
Exactly. You understand? The kind of dedication is supposed to be shown towards the Lord. Be
I got
there
precept here.
and
I got
be
precept for that one.
there.
Just I got precept for that one. One of them click back to me. It's today's it's today Matthew 10 verse 28. It say, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. It say, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both body and soul in hell.
Can
So the scriptures tell you who to fear. Like I was saying, it say Even back in time when Jacob was when Israel was established, the Lord used to actually use fear to keep things in order.
but
Good.
look at most of the rulers, let me say, like, not even in the early, look at most of the rulers now. It's fair.
There's used fear to keep things in. There's used fear to keep things in order.
You understand? Caesar, Genghis Khan, all them old ancient people. You understand? It's fair they used to what? To gather their, what you call it?
The empire.
Yeah, that is the word, the empire. It's fair.
But
You understand?
but them it was not according to righteousness.
That is the difference. You
But
understand?
but with the Lord had a system that He created that a man can be able to live peaceably with another man,
Exactly.
and a system where it's pleasing to Him. And if you didn't want to comply with the system, you would have to pay the price. Even when I
God,
even when a man like in like in Joshua, the man who did take the accursed thing, you understand? He What he do? He disobeyed the Lord. And what happened to him? They carry he and the entire family on top of the hill and stone him to death. So that all would fear and understand here what going on. That what that guy did, it was bad.
God,
Nobody else should do something like that. You understand?
God. But it's like, all right, if you do the right thing, everything will be good. Like, so
You
you
agree
tell
with
me,
what?
in your right mind, you would wake up at the and just what, not serve the Lord just to see what will happen. You really want to push that boundary?
But I think about it, the Lord does make some men go up to be an example.
Example, can
You understand? So that is their lot. Their lot is to act. Because even back then, the men that these things used to happen to, they were set up to be an example, so that the others who you want to keep in order would
would,
know,
would keep
don't
good
do these
things.
things.
Can,
You understand? So that is just their lot. And
can,
even now, you'll see that the two-thirds are an example to the one-third. Because we see even the men who used to be under the Lord and fall off, and we understand that we don't want to be like them men. That would have you afraid to actually want to do the Lord's will, because you don't want to end up like those guys. Because you know, when those guys come into the fold and they fall out, they have a worse penalty to receive than even the ones who didn't come in the first place.
that is true.
You understand? Them kind of thing would make you afraid. Them kind of thing would actually make you want to do. You see something like that now, self, you want to do videos because you don't want that to happen to you. Because the Lord could take your knowledge away. How David talk about it. Say, take not thy Holy Spirit away from me. That way it's supposed to be always willing to do the Lord's will. Because at any point in time, he could find this pleasure in you and take it away. No man out there is special that he could say that it would never happen to him.
Can,
And
but
that the kind of mindset you had to be in out here. That is really the kind of mindset you had to be in.
mm,
Because I have fear for the Lord always, to always, even though you mightn't be in the best of spirits sometimes, you always try to do what is required of you so
yeah,
that the Lord can
can,
show you see.
can,
You understand? It's be a struggle, but you gotta understand the terror of the Lord. Because he's a very serious man. It's like in the parable with the talent. And the man take the talent and he hide it.
it,
And we say, what you tell him, he say, I know thou art a hard man. You know he's a man that don't play.
mm,
You understand? So all these things that strike it in you to actually try to do according to the Lord's will. Because you pray him off today. So you keep talk about putting out of the Lord day by day, just
can,
paraphrasing.
can,
You pray him off today, you pray him off tomorrow, you pray him off the next day. By the fourth day, you don't even remember what went on because he take his spirit away from you.
mm,
That's how simple it could be out here. You understand? That's how simple it could be. Now you always have to make sure, examine yourself, always try to do according to what the Lord required of you. Because really and truly, excuses is not something you have. If you know you have something to do,
do
put
it,
yourself in place to do it. You
can,
understand? Put yourself in place to do it. Because if you had to go and look for hoes, you'd put yourself in place to do it. If you had to go and work for Esau to get money, you'd put yourself in place to do it. Much less for the man who creates you and will reward you better than anybody else ever could.
Well,
You understand? You just had to really sit down and think about the terror of the Lord sometimes. Because there are a lot of times things will be happening to you. And sometimes it's because, hey, like you're forgetting the terror of the Lord, so you gotta remind you.
exactly.
You
And
understand?
sometimes not even I know. Sometimes he himself just sending you a warning.
Exactly, because he wanna keep you on track.
And things falling apart. That is a sign where examine yourself, check yourself.
Can
Make sure you go on a journey. If you need to go on a journey, make sure you're right with the Father.
do what you're supposed to be doing.
And
It's like I talk about the Acts. It say he pure from the blood of all men. You gotta
hmm,
make sure that the day you leave here, you gotta be wondering, I wonder if I do enough, boy. Or I wonder if, I wonder if I was how I was supposed to be. It's not easy to do it, but you gotta try.
come, you have to give it your best.
Can. Alright, so we look to close off on that. I'm sure it might be a good time pass already. You know? You see me by chance?
Yeah, I seen you.
I'm not seeing myself. I don't know why. Somebody else calling, man. They keep throwing off. I don't know. Even when I try to close the apps, they keep opening back. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, go and close off now. I have a
Like,
question.
I want to say Kalalal, Yawa, Basham Yahushai, Basham Rokwakadash. Once again, double honors to the elders of GMS that rule well,
Can.
and to the brothers in all the corners of the earth, still striving, still trying to keep their spirit fervent, still crying unto the Lord until
Can.
he return. Say
Can.
Shalom.
Shalom.